It'd be funny if I never started the stream. Oh. Maybe that's why. Okay, so God of War 3. New Year 2023. Twitch is not showing up. Why? Oh, because I have streamer mode off. That's annoying. There we go. Zeus. Okay, 2023. Brand new year. I'm 18 years old now. I'm legal. I don't have my ID yet because I haven't gone to get it yet. But I'll be graduating high school this year. I'm extremely close to platinuming every single God of War game to ever come out. Except for Ascension. But I'll talk about that in just a moment, but nobody's here. But I want to show off my new goodies. Oh, I forgot. I have FBI anti-mode. Oh my god, look how professional I look now. Amazing. I got a new webcam. It doesn't look that good on stream. I got new headphones. They're gunmetal gray Amazon exclusives. I like them. I got this sack controller holder. I should probably put a controller there. For my birthday, I got a Flanagan's cup. What else did I get? Nothing. Oh, I want to I have this now. A hand cam. So, since I didn't get rid of my old camera, I have this secondary one. So I could just do meme things, and I could still do funny mic too. Ugh. So just imagine, I'm gonna stream, or I'm gonna plan to stream a lot more this year because I have a lot of games that I bought that I've never played before, and I do want to try out still. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Let's see how long I could last with this webcam cringe. So, wait, no. Actually, I'll just let it play through. I don't know how good. I don't know, the quality doesn't look good to me, at least. This camera costed like $140. PP. I should get a webcam border probably, right? Hide the player. I don't want it here. It's grainy. Like, I don't know how to get rid of that. Does it need to be brighter in the room? It's a bit grainy. It doesn't look good. For $140 and hand cam. Wait, why is it what? Oh. Well, whatever. Anyway, PP. What was I gonna say? God of War 3. Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna do. So I want to show off because I haven't been able to show off my beautiful platinum collection as of recently. This is what I've been working on for the past 2... Oh. This is what I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. So basically, I have all the platinums so far. The first game, the second game, the 2 PSP games, and now for Ascension, I tried going for it the other day. Why can't I see my chat? Can I? I can't. Why can't I see my chat through live? Mia being loud as ever. Headphones look a little crooked. I don't know, the setup is a little bit scuffed. I have to play around with it because this is the first time I'm streaming with it. This looks a little crooked. I guess I'll have preview on because my internet's gonna die. Probably a guy across the street riding his bike, minding his own business. And Mia barking. Anyway, so yeah, I have Platinum in all the mainline games. The PSP games are done. I wanted to do Ascension the other day, but just it wasn't sitting right with me for some reason. Like the 30 FPS does not look good in a God of War game, which is mainly why I'm playing this on PS5. I was gonna buy the PS3 version of God of War 3, but I'm like, no, why would I sacrifice 60 FPS anyway? I have the game free, so why on earth would I ever do that?
Before the age of the twilight set upon the gods, a legend rose to
I'm also gonna try to get contacts again, because glasses are getting really uncomfortable for me.
Of his family, a family he himself murdered. But the hands of death could not defeat him. The sisters of fate could not control him. And on this day, the man, the legend, Kratos will have his revenge.
I love the opening for this game. I deleted my save file just to rewatch this because I fucking love this cutscene. It's so good. Stream doesn't look too bad. It does look bad. But you know what? I'm gonna die. Nobody's here, so I'm talking to myself. So basically, I've been going through the entire God of War series. Is such a special experience. Like for the first time ever, I'm replaying some of the games because I played barely God of War 1 and 2 because I was way too young to be playing those games anyway, but doesn't matter. Going like I don't usually do this unless I'm doing platinums. Like I will never do this without doing platinums or doing it on stream. Like the last time I did this was for Little Big Planet and Infamous, but that was like 2 years ago when the pandemic was like at its prime. And I went through the Infamous series first. Like as Infamous 1 is my first ever platinum because I just love Infamous and I loved it growing up. So I went through the entire series there. It was relatively easy. I got mad and I wanted to quit at some point, but it never got to the point where I wanted to like kill myself, because these God of War games, they are really hard. Like when I first wanted to do the platinum for these games, I thought it was gonna be relatively easy, but with like barely some difficulty, because when you search up the trophy guide for these games and it shows that they're easy, like they show 3 out of 10 difficulty. That is not true, by the way. God of War 1 was a pretty solid start. Like I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot more than I was initially thinking. It's such a classic, iconic game. It's so good. I liked it, but it had those moments where, like, oh my god, why the hell is this in the game? Like, there's so many and it's because mostly it's because of its age. Amazing opening right there. I'm gonna keep talking about the first games though. Can I multitask? Probably not. Audio is always an issue, but whatever. Wait, do I still have my load on here? No. Okay, I did it successfully. So I'm gonna be doing Titan mode because that's part of the platinum. I'm gonna try not to like rage because every other game in this series has okay, I'm gonna keep talking about the older games and going through them because I'm gonna let this cutscene play through because it's
My vengeance
short.
ends now.
Well, it's not short, but I guess I could talk about it.
My brothers, we were
Freaking
forged in
going
victory.
through the first game was like a shock
Victory that
because I'm
ended
like,
the
okay, this
great
game,
war
like
and brought
playing the
forth
game
the
because
reign
it
of
this
Master
okay,
Olympus.
I need to talk.
Born
The first game doesn't
from the
require
underworld,
a hard playthrough. Like there's no
rooted in the
difficulty
river of
trophy, which is
souls.
always a good thing. And I
our
took it for
mountain
granted because I'm like, oh my
emerged
god,
out of the
this trophy
chaos.
was a little difficult
As it grew,
because
so too did the
you
might
first play through the
fury
game, you have to go get all the Gorgon eyes, all the collectibles,
a world of prosperity.
and it's not that hard because if you're watching a video, you're gonna get it done easy peasy. But then you also there's the only trophy in the series, the first and last trophy of the series to have a speedrun trophy, and I didn't mind that as much because the game is like less than 4 hours long. It was less than 4 hours long. It was just a little annoying because there's a lot of moments in each of the games. None of them are perfect. Each of the games have their moments where, like, why the hell is this in the game? It's so glitchy. Like, they had to remaster and go through, like, the games. Like, they ported them from the PS2 and added extra things. So how can you guys not fix this? So, the first issue I ran into with God of War 1 was there's a part of the game where you have to look for necklace of two female gods. I forgot their names. Poseidon. Hermes. I mean Helios. I mean Hermes. I mean Helios. I mean your mom. That's Helios. No, that's Helios. Helios is the sun god. Yes. Hermes is the asshole, the fast butthole. Basically, before Heimdall was a thing. Hades has an awesome design in this game. Hercules. Like, these games are just so great. Like, you know, a game series is great when even the bad things, like, could easily. Your son has returned. Iconic. Like, there's nothing I could say. This game looks really good. By the way, I tried like, oh my god, it's been a bit. Oh, it still has the launch feature, okay. I'm gonna play bad for a bit because it's been a little while. So in God of War 1, from what I was saying, there's a point where you have to get 2 necklaces from the female gods. I think it was... I don't think it was Aphrodite's necklace. It was a green and red necklace. And it's when you're on top of Kronos. Most of the game is when you're on top of Kronos trying to go for the Pandora's box. No. So when I first encountered that part of the game, it was really, like, it was confusing. And it's because of the old game design, obviously. But... Cam stream, hell yeah! My hair? Did you move my cam? What'd you call me? I got a new camera. I wasn't even looking at chat the entire time, by the way. Oh, my bad. I was looking at the trophy guide. So, back to what I was saying. God of War 1 has a lot of issues, like technical and like questionable game design choices that were like really annoying. But I still enjoyed the game though. It was a really solid start. I'd rate the game like a 7.5, 7.5 out of 10. Really solid start. It's not bad, nor is it perfect. But then I played God of War 2. Oh my god, God of War 2 is such a good game. Like, it was a massive improvement. It added the time stop, or time slowdown ability, I mean. But I still call it the world, because it reminded me of that. They added a slowdown time meter. It was a really fun mechanic. The graphics look way much nicer. The controls were much nicer as well. Huge improvement over the first game. And there's just a lot of memorable moments, like at the beginning when you're really powerful, and like the only time you use Poseidon's Rage, because the game doesn't give you Poseidon's Rage back. Like, you only use it because you're like max level from the first game. I'm not taking that much damage, which is a good thing. I think this is the first time the Platinum Guide doesn't lie about the difficulty. Never mind, I'm really low. Oh wow. But also, God of War 2 introduced Icarus's wings, which is arguably the best ability Kratos has ever gotten. Like, hovering over distances and being able to like go that far is really helpful in these games. Like, the amount of times I've died in God of War 1 from missing a jump, so annoying. And another thing, every God of War game has Challenge of the Titans or Gods or Ares. Like, it's just a series of challenges for each game, and those challenges are not fun. Oh, I can't block that. Okay, I have to dodge then. Those challenges are not fun. Like, they suck every little bit of happiness when you play them. Like, I was miserable playing them for the first game. Like, for Challenge 9 in the first game was literally impossible for any normal human. But since I'm built differently, I was able to do it. But literally, if you look up the trophy guide for the first game and look at Challenge 9, it will tell you, good luck, man, you're gonna need it. It is literally near impossible to do it without wanting to quit. And it made me want to quit so many times. I'm like, why the hell did I choose to do this? There were so many times, and I planned on 4 games so far out of the 6. Those 4 games made me question my existence. Like, I really did not. Like, at a certain point, I'm like, I can't do this. This is way too hard. Like, in the first 4 games, if you're doing what I'm doing, you're gonna die. And I died once already, but it's not as hard, which I'm probably gonna eat my words soon, But God of War 1 was a special experience. The Challenge of the Gods were painful. Like, they were super buggy, super ridiculously hard for no reason. Hi, I want to offer promotion of your... Oh yeah, I definitely want to pin that. Thank you. Oh, this looks way different. Get all these abilities. But yeah, each of the God of War games are very similar. They all play the same, with very slight changes to movement and mechanics. Like, each game has its completely different abilities. God of War 1, you have 4 like god abilities, and you will never see any of those ever again. There's similar ones. Oh, actually there was Medusa's head. Medusa's head came back in God of War 2, but it was actually Uriel's head, right? Yeah, I think so. If I'm correct. Uriel's head, which is basically a Gorgon, still the same thing as your mom. Oh, photo mode is the middle button. Okay, I should be paying attention because I kind of want to finish this in one go. If not, I'll just do it off stream, but still. Bye, P promo. There is... Where is collectibles? No. This game also, unfortunately, has the Challenge of the Gods. I do not wish my biggest enemy in the world to ever be forced to go through each of the game's Challenge of the Gods. They're extremely painful. Like, they're really not fun. Like, the only game's Challenge of the Gods that wasn't difficult, or as difficult, I mean, it was still difficult, but was the last game I did, which was Ghost of Sparta. Ghost of Sparta is a really good game. I like Ghost of Sparta more than God of War 1, but not more than God of War 2, because God of War 2 is really special. Can I find the list, or am I just gonna die? You know, I'll just search on YouTube. Logan Paul steals your wallet. New Me Canyon video, finally. Okay. God of War 3 collectibles. Oh, there's godly possessions in this game too. Okay. Snickle. Snickle's been my favorite. My guy. Helping me through the entire series. I don't have to worry about anything just yet, right? Inside the heart of Gaia. Okay, well, I'll come back to you then. Okay, so back to talking about the older games. So after God of War 1, I was super upset. I was like, oh my god, I really don't want to do this anymore. But I literally spent like $40. No. 50. Yeah, I spent like $50 to play these old ass jank games just for platinums. That's how much money I waste on these, on things. Who's that? Talking about Me Canyon? Rock person? The rock person I'm on top of right now is Gaia. Basically, Gaia has been the narrator of my journey for the past, like, 15 years. I don't know how old this game is. The series is old, though. Probably like 15 years, I'd say. Gaia's a Titan, and we are teaming up. We have an alliance to take down the gods of Olympus. Because the gods of Olympus are assholes. Genuinely. Like, each god is an asshole. Like, all of them have done Kratos so dirty. No one has done Kratos more dirty than the gods of Olympus. And I learned that, like, the hard way throughout all of these games. When you play through the entire series, you really see Kratos' pain. Like, the story... I've always heard that these games don't... The focus isn't story. It is story for me. I think it's pretty balanced. The gameplay is good, and the story is really good. Because this entire series teaches you of the pain of this man from Sparta. How he gave his soul to a god. Because he wanted to take down some barbarians. Literally. This is all happening because Kratos couldn't win against a barbarian in a war. So he pledged his life to Ares. And that was his biggest mistake ever, because Ares did not have the greatest intentions. Ares initially wanted to kill Kratos, because when there's just so much lore that I learned from playing these games. It's amazing. Like it was way more complex than I thought. So yeah, even outside of Kratos, like the Greek people displayed the gods as such like asswipes. Like, how did they even look up to them if they knew how bad they were? Like, they saw him as so much. Well, Christians exist, so never mind. I take that back. The gods were some big buttholes, though. So yeah, this entire game series, I've learned so much, and I'm glad I've been going on this plat journey, because it's been really fun. A lot of cons, but more pros, though. Like, I've been enjoying the games more than I've been hating them. But yeah, God of War 2 was better than the first game, because the challenges of the gods were better, first of all. They were less glitchy. It had like 1 or 2 challenges that were like close to impossible, but I still managed to do it. Like, I pray to God. Like, these challenges were so hard that I prayed to God. That's how desperate I got. That's how hard they were. Owie. You hurt me. I think I can call myself a pro after beating most of the games already, because I know all the combos. I know all the quick time events. I could do it blindfolded. That's how good I am. So I was gonna rate all the games, because basically I have my opinion on all of them basically set, because I know this game is definitely the best out of all the Greek series. No doubt. Like, that's a unanimous decision. This is the best game pre-2018, because just it was a conclusion of such an epic story. And like, this is the first God of War game that I played. This is what I grew up on. So of course it's going to be the best game. So #1 spot, best game that at least like every person, when they get the chance, this is the best game out of all of them. I want to tell you something about an anime, but I doubt you want to watch it. It's called Record of Ragnarok on Netflix. Basically, humanity versus gods of Olympia. Really? Humanity using regular humans or man-created humans? It's a bunch of rounds of 1v1. Really? That's on Netflix. I would never believe such a thing. That sounds out of this world. An anime on Greek gods. Well, actually, Kid Icarus exists, so I shouldn't be... I'm Greek, show me your butthole! I need to show that video. When I was playing God of War 1, I was watching TikTok, and it just happened to be... I've been getting a lot more original God of War games on my TikTok ever since I platinumed the game. I didn't search them up or anything, they just happened to appear on my feed. It contains the N-word. I can't say it on stream.
Stay back, Palatina! This monster's massacred all of our friends! Why? Why are you here, Kratos?
Oh heavens, how tragic. It seems the only way to survive now is to sacrifice my body. Oh no.
Begone, witch!
Oh.
Oh no.
What? What?
Not Greek, nigga! Give me your
It's it's too good of a video, because historically accurate, the Greek people, or Spartans I mean, are very homosexual. Apparently. Wait, did I do a thing? I did do a thing. Damn it. No, I forgot that I had Elgato over the screen. I'm so stupid. Let me show the video again. Clearly, I'm not showing the fucking video because I don't know how to stream. I forgot how to stream. Oh my god. Rookie mistake, man. I love how I've been, like, literally doing YouTube and Twitch for, like, 6 years. Since I was, like, 13. Not 13, what am I talking about? Like 11? And I still don't know how to work. I'm like a noob still. Anyway, this video's really funny.
Stay back, Palatina! This monster's massacred all of our friends! Why? Why are you here, Kratos?
Shit!
Oh heavens, how tragic. It seems the only way to survive now is to sacrifice my body. Oh,
The
no.
things I would do. If Lady Palutena was real in real life, I could say these things now because I'm an adult now. But the things I would do to Palutena if she was real.
Let me up my door!
Okay, so I'm... Okay, so another thing to know with each of these games, every game has a sex cutscene, or sex minigame, I mean. Literally all of them have a sex minigame. It's hilarious. Like, I'm pretty sure I can name all of them. In God of War 1 is when you're on the boat. It's like near the beginning of the game. And then in God of War 2... What? Wait, when is in God of War 2? I think I already forgot. I need to search this up now. This is important information. I need to remember what the sex minigame was. Yes, now I remember. It's also in the beginning of the game. Most of them were in the beginning of the game, except for Ghost of Sparta. Funny. Okay, so in God of War 1 is when you're on the boat with two women on your way to places. God of War 2, it's when you fall through the building because of the Colossus or Athena's statue. It's literally just a pool, and there's two naked women there, and you initiate sex. And then in God of War Chains of Olympus, it's in Chains of Olympus, it's really random because you finish killing the Persian king, and then in the next room, it's like it's like two women jailed for some reason. Like immediately after you kill the Persian king, there's a save state, and there's just two naked women waiting there. And then in Ghost of Sparta is when you go to Sparta, and it's literally a brothel, so it's not random. It's the brothel of Sparta. I don't think Ascension probably has one. I haven't seen. I'm dying. I wanted to talk about Ascension as well. No, there's no sex in there's no nudity actually in God of War the new ones in 2018 at Ragnarok. I heard something. Did I have something playing? It's gonna be like the excusey clip that came out recently. Watching that girl on penis. So yeah, I want to talk about Ascension because I'm fresh off 4 platinums. I'm doing a pretty good streak. I'm like feeling pretty burnt out, but clearly not because I'm playing the 3rd game of the series, like the finale. And I'm dead again. I need to pay attention. but I started playing Ascension, and it's a PS3 game. I didn't know about Ascension's existence until recently. Like, I only found out about... Okay, it's Guy is moaning, that's why. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I was playing Ascension, and Ascension's a really good-looking game, but that's not a good thing. Because if you're a good-looking game on PS3, that means you're gonna have pretty bad performance. So I am so used to 144 hertz by now. Like anything above 60 frames. Like anything below, I could just not handle it. Like, it's really uncomfortable, which is why I can't... I'm dead again. Which is why I can't platinum Sonic Unleashed. Like, Sonic Unleashed is a really glitchy game. So, not only is it super glitchy, it runs horribly on the PS3. So when you're playing it, it's not going to be a fun experience. So if I play the game and try to platinum it, I'm going to hate Sonic Unleashed afterwards, which is why I'm not going to do that. And it's also the reason I don't want to do the plat for Ascension, because first of all, people don't talk about it, because apparently it's the lowest rated game, and I believe so. Like, I didn't think that when I first started it. I'm like, this game's pretty cool. Why do people hate this game? But I see, I'm not gonna switch to easy mode. I have to do this for a trophy. Come on. So yeah, I do believe, like, I got in like I wouldn't say 3 hours. I got like an hour, maybe an hour and a half into Ascension. I'm like, I don't want to play this game anymore. Like, it's not that it's bad. It's just really... I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, it's not a bad game at all. It's just, I'm not feeling it. Like, it's not as good as every other game that's come before, and I kind of regret, like, wanting to platinum it, because it's not as good as a game as the other ones. It looks great, it plays great, but there's also the fact that hard mode is really hard, and the trophy guide for Ascension is a liar. Like, I read it and it says 3 out of 10 difficulty. That is not true, because like like the first boss battle of the game, it took me like 20 tries. Because the boss would just one-hit me sometimes. I feel like I was playing a Dark Souls game. It was so bad. It was ridiculously difficult. And I can't say that I'm bad. Like, I legitimately can't say that I'm bad at God of War games now. Because I've literally played through 4, which are literally harder than any other game I've went out of my way to play. Like, I had to go out of my way and play the hardest difficulty to get platinum. While I'm saying this, I'm dying constantly because I can't multitask. But yeah, I don't think I want to go for the platinum for Ascension anymore, because Ascension is just not that, you're just not that guy, pal. I'll probably come back to it eventually. I'll probably change my mind eventually, but I just rather play this game first, because it's just, I'm fresh off the prime of God of War. And to play like one of the most, the mediocre game of the series just wouldn't make sense. Like, it would kill my opinion of all of the games. Yeah. I wouldn't want one bad egg to throw off the rest of the series. Just, that's not fair for Santa Monica. That's not fair for me either. Finally, Mia Cam 3. I keep dying. Gaia's moan is weird. I'm just gonna say that, okay? I'm gonna point out the elephant in the room. Gaia's moan is making me feel things. Not like that! But yeah, for the most part, I've been enjoying all of these games. They've had their rough parts, they've had their great parts. It's been fun. I'm kind of gonna miss this series after I beat this game. I'm gonna be sad because there's no other games like this. Like, what other game is like, oh, you fight, you're in Greek mythology, you're playing a vengeful dude that wants to kill all the gods because he's been done wrong his entire life. His brother got kidnapped by the god of war. Thought he was dead for many years, including his mom. Kratos doesn't have a daddy. He has daddy issues. I'm just kidding. He has... His father's Zeus, but he doesn't find that out until Ghost of Sparta. Ghost of Sparta is probably one of my favorite games on top of God of War 2, because Ghost of Sparta really... It tested the limits of the PSP, even though I played on PS3, but it was really good. Like, it was way better than Chains of Olympus, and I'll tell you why in just a second, because I don't want to die again. Crab leg. Me when I'm at Red Lobster? I've never eaten Red Lobster, so I don't know what I'm talking. I don't know what I'm saying. Hydration check, posture check. I'm already sitting perfectly. Actually. Fun fact: this big woman right here is a long time how do you even describe Gaia? This lady that I'm inside in right now, pause, has been narrating literally every single game I've been playing. She's been through thick and thin. She's literally been like, I've had to hear her voice for like the past 2 weeks. But I want to cut it short. Long-time jakobabies fan. I want to give you guys a TLDR of this game series because it's really good. And I doubt you guys will go back and play these games because the old games are not that accessible. Like, the only way to play these games are to buy the PS Essential. I don't even know which version it is. It's really dumb. I like to own my games physically. Like, I paid over over $100. I had to get a new PS3 in order to play the old games because my old one couldn't read discs anymore. Okay, so he goes up here. Okay, so this is Eagle. So TLDR, Kratos is a Spartan. His daddy is Zeus, but he wasn't there, and he didn't know that. His brother gets kidnapped because he has a birthmark. There's a supposed prophecy that the one that is marked, the same marks as Kratos, but I'll explain that in a little bit. The one that is marked, what they said is that the one is marked is destined to bring down Olympus. So they grab Kratos' brother because those are his birthmarks. Just imagine Kratos' tattoos, like literally the exact same, but his birthmarks, because Kratos' are artificial. So the god of war Ares kidnaps Kratos' brother Deimos. Kratos doesn't know what happens to him, and that's when it all started, basically. But he didn't know. He didn't know it was Ares and Athena, because Athena had to play. Athena plays a big part into what Kratos is. What do I do with this rock? I have to get the eagle first. So Kratos thinks his brother's dead, basically. Stolen by these unknown people, because he will bring down Olympus. So, Kratos goes on with life, and he's in a war against these barbarians. And then Kratos is about to die from this barbarian dude. and he calls upon the god of war because Sparta has this sort of allegiance to Ares. Like that is their god. So Kratos calls down, Ares, destroy my enemies and my life is yours. So he asks for Ares' help, and Ares destroys his enemies. So now Kratos is in debt to Ares, and Ares employs Kratos basically. He is G-Man and employs Kratos. I'm supposed to be doing something with this, but I'm not paying attention. I can't multitask. I'm not the streamer. Oh, rotate. You know, reading is an important thing, kids. So yeah, Ares gets employed by Kratos. He owes his life to him, and so Kratos basically becomes this monster. He builds up this reputation of being a monster because he does all of Ares' biddings, and he murders so many people, innocent and bad. And one time, Kratos is told to burn down a village, which happens to be that village was his daughter. Kratos has a daughter and wife. I failed to mention that beforehand, by the way. But Kratos has a daughter and a wife, and he is sent to burn down a village, which his wife and daughter in. He didn't know that, but Ares told him to because basically it's told in these games that once you let go the mortal parts of your life, you will be closer to being a god, which happens multiple times in these games. So he kills his wife and daughter by accidentally by burning down this village. And then Kratos finds out and he's super mad. He's like, what the fuck, man? Ares, I'm gonna beat your ass now because you made me kill my family. What the hell, bro? Which is the right. He feels that way rightfully. So that's when it all begins, basically. This is all told in the first game, which I really like how the first game's storytelling goes. It's like eventually when you play through the game and it gives you like Kratos has small flashbacks of what happened, and then you eventually learn at the end of the game why Kratos is the way he is. So Kratos just slowly becoming this soulless monster that's out to get everybody, because literally everyone in his life has fucked him over, and you'll find out soon that literally the only person he could trust screws him over.
And face me.
You have disrespected the gods for the last time, Kratos.
Like in the first game, Poseidon gives us the most OP ability, which is my favorite ability out of all the games, which is Poseidon's Rage. In the first game, Poseidon gives you, I keep repeating myself, Poseidon gives you what I think is the best ability out of all the games, Poseidon's Rage. And as well as Artemis and Zeus and Hades. All four of those gods give you their abilities to help you to help you reach Pandora's box. So what they basically did, is that they helped Kratos become like one of the most powerful beings in all of Greece, literally, and then they screw him over afterwards. Like they trapped him. It's messed up, and it's really sad. Like in all the games, you see his anger. You feel all feels when playing these games. Owie. So basically, the first game is Kratos starting his first. Oh my god, I keep dying. I can't multitask. Yeah, God of War 1 is Kratos starting his journey on becoming a god killer, basically. So Kratos seeks out to get Pandora's box, because Pandora's box has the only ability or secret to become a god. So he gets Pandora's box, he opens it, and he becomes giant to kill Ares, because what I told you, he made him kill his family. So the first game ends like that, killing Ares, and then he becomes known as the God Killer, and he becomes the new God of War.
For the greatness of Olympus!
What are you doing up here for? I'm supposed to be attacking you from down there.
You failed.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god!
You're hitting nobody wrong. Poseidon. You're literally the first person to help me out on my journey. Poseidon's literally the biggest hypocrite. So God of War 1 ends. God of War 2 starts exactly where the first game left off. Actually, that's not true. Because Ghost of Sparta takes place in between the games. But I didn't play it in that order. I did God of War 1, 2, Chains, and then Ghost of Sparta. Because I didn't want to switch out the discs constantly. But I still understood what I was listening to, because obviously I'm telling you guys. Look at these perfect parries, man.
For the glory of the gods!
So God of War starts, God of War 2 starts with Athena getting mad, because Athena's like, Kratos, you have to let go, man. But Athena's another bitch. Like, Athena's genuinely the, like, made Kratos the angriest. Because Athena's the one that gave, fuck. Ares basically gave Kratos the Blades of Chaos, which is his main weapon. But then, Athena, at the end of the first game, Athena gives Kratos a modified version of the Blades of Chaos, which are a little cooler. They're golden and stuff, and more powerful. But Athena's been, like, basically... What the hell happened? What is that? What happened there?
For the greatness of Olympus!
Athena basically was like the messenger of the Olympians. Because the gods are too pussy to want to talk to Kratos personally. Even though they talk to him directly to give him his powers. Whatever, man. Owie. My multitasking skills are very good. Do I have to climb up when he's doing this move? Probably. Anyway, it's too late. Oh, I didn't take any damage from that. Okay. meant to dodge that, but okay.
For the glory of the gods!
How did I die from that? Come on. I'm not even aligned on the face cam.
You will never defeat us!
Boy, was Poseidon wrong.
For the greatness of Olympus!
I haven't been using any of my magic. I don't think I'm... Do I even have any... I'm supposed to have, like, the sun shield. I'm supposed to have all these things I earned rightfully from God of War 2. Probably the only issue... I'm gonna die. The only issue... There's many issues with this series, but with the games, I mean, but they're like minor issues, and that's mainly because they're old games too. What? You could grab me from there, bitch. Should've been dodging all this. Okay. Believe it or not, this is easier than the past 4 games that I've played. Like this, if you think this looks hard, then it's not. It's not. Compared to the other games, it's not. Like this is fair because I'm not paying attention. Like if I put my full focus into this, I could do this easily. But probably not a good idea to stream. I made a good call not streaming the platinuming these games. You should have seen how mad I was streaming these games. Like, I was so ridiculously mad. Like, God of War 1, I said this earlier, God of War 1 had me, like, contemplating life. That's how hard it was. God of War 2 wasn't as bad, but it was still pretty bad. I keep making the same mistakes. Anyway, what I was saying earlier, I was trying to TLDR the entire God of War series. But I keep getting distracted by this butthole. Gaia is just taking all of this, by the way. Gaia is a real champ. Not for long. I really like how this game plays, by the way. I've been playing on the PS3 like non-stop for the past 3 weeks. How do I dodge that?
For the glory of the gods!
I have my magic meter, but the game hasn't told me how to use them. I know how to use them. I use the power of friendship in Among Us. I blocked that. I blocked that too. should just be spamming triangle. Spamming triangle is the only way to go. Finally. Go, 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 go. Please. No. Kratos, go. I got you, bitch. I have a headache, by the way, so I don't want to yell. Your ass is mine, son. But basically, I should. God of War 2 leads directly into this game. Like, this is immediately after God of War 2. Because what happens is that Kratos, being the badass he is, Kratos destroys fate itself. Like, Kratos goes back in time to stop himself. Well, he doesn't stop himself from being killed. He basically replaces. I don't know how that works, but Kratos in the beginning of God of War 2 gets done really dirty. And he gets killed by Zeus. Because Zeus gave him a sword to put all his god powers in. I instantly died from that. Zeus gave Kratos a sword that he literally told him to put all his god powers into it, because that's how much trust Kratos had into the gods. He's like, put all your powers into this sword, and you will be able to kill this creature.
The fury of the sea has been unleashed.
My headache is getting worse. I can't talk at all. I dodged? I rolled? Stop! I'm trying to beat the... It's because I'm half health. That's why. Well, about half health. I'm not dead yet. Did it. Get him, Gaia. I can't hate on Gaia too much, because Gaia's literally been like an aid for Kratos this entire time. But you'll find out soon why it's meshed up. They've basically been like partners like this entire time. Like, they've been helping each other this entire time. Because the Titans hate the gods for overtaking them in their own world. Like, the Titans literally gave birth to the gods. And then they just imprisoned them. It's really messed up what the gods did to everyone. But it's also kind of messed up what the gods did to them back. So it's kind of to each their own, but whatever. Here's the first awesome part of this game. This game looks really good.
Zeus should have kept you where you belong. No matter how many gods fall, there will always be another to stand against you.
They will fall as well.
They will fall as well.
This means the death of us all.
Then prepare for your death, Poseidon.
Show me your butthole! I should not scream. Get him, Kratos. There he goes. First god down. Ruler of Atlantis, my ass.
Kratos, the death of Zeus is within our reach. Climb to my hand.
Seems a little low, isn't it? Climb into my hand, Kratos. There you will only see my ass. Where the freaking... I didn't know this game had a photo mode. That's cool. Is there no... the share button. I did that by accident. Whoopsie. Settings. Every other game had settings. Okay. Well, I guess no settings then. I was gonna say, okay, so I don't have to worry about collectibles until I get into Hades. This game's really epic. This is, like I said earlier, this is my favorite game of the entire Greek series, because it's just, it came to such an epic conclusion, and all the games built up to this moment, except for Ascension, because Ascension came out afterwards. But it built up to such a great ending. Like, this game had like a perfect ending. It couldn't end any other way. It was just great. What will you do, Father?
You can no longer hide behind the skirts of Athena.
Athena is dead because of the rage that consumed you, Kratos. What more will you destroy?
The hands of death could not defeat me. The sisters of fate could not hold me. And you will not see the end of this day. I will have my revenge!
Excellent, child! I will tolerate your insolence no more!
I'll let this finish.
I can hold on no longer!
If I help you, we will both fall. Even now, Zeus gains.
The destruction of Zeus is why you saved me from death!
I saved you to serve the Titans.
Do not deny me my revenge!
Listen carefully, Kratos. You were a simple pawn, nothing more. Zeus is no longer your concern. This is our war, not yours.
as a god. Having suffered the ultimate sacrifice, I have been denied release. I will defeat Olympus. I will have my revenge.
This is the worst part of the game. Because of one main reason. In God of War 2 is where Kratos literally, that hurts. We're in the river Styx and we're being drained of every single ounce of our god powers. Well, not god powers, but this just sucks. I lost magic. I lost my full health meter. So I have to regain all of that again. My blood orbs. Everything I worked for. Like now the Blades of Chaos look all shitty now. Fuck. Now we're in the realm of Hamish. So back to what I was saying now that
We are not finished, Zeus. The gates of Hades have never held me.
that's literally true.
Cannot hold those with purpose, Kratos.
Athena?
Athena,
I have missed you, Spartan.
I don't.
My sacrifice to save Zeus has brought me to a higher existence.
You still appear to be an Olympian.
Appearances can be deceiving, Kratos.
So can the children of Olympus.
Perhaps. But remember, my death came by your blade.
My blade was meant for Zeus. Be quick with your words.
As we speak, the war for Olympus rages on, and mankind suffers.
Let them suffer. The death of Zeus is all that matters.
Zeus will not fall as easily as Ares. To destroy the king of the gods, you must seek the source of his strength, the flame of Olympus.
You once sacrificed yourself to save Zeus, and now you seek to destroy him? What has brought about this change?
I see truths where I did not before. Perhaps these will earn back your trust. These are the Blades of Exile. They will help guide you on your journey to the flame.
Forgot about these.
Remember, as long as Zeus reigns, there is no hope for mankind. Destroy the flame, Kratos, and the very foundations of Olympus will crumble.
Should probably, you know, move the camera. No, that is worse. Why did I move it over there? Oh, perfect. Actually, not perfect, because my chair's out of focus. I think that's perfect. Okay, so I could go back to retelling God of War story lore. Penis. So basically, God of War 2 ends after, God of War 2 starts a little bit. 15 orbs? Wow, 15 orbs from those chests. I got more orbs. How did... Okay, whatever. So God of War 2... I can't speak. 3 Gorgon Eyes? I don't remember just being 3 Gorgon Eyes. Oh, that's much better. Every other game requires you to have 5 Gorgon Eyes for each upgrade. That's much better. I keep trying to tell God of War 2, but I can't focus. Or I am trying to focus, but I can't do both at the same time. So just in short, God of War 2, Kratos, you see basically Kratos as at his second to highest prime. Because in God of War 2, basically, he gets done wrong by Zeus. And that's basically where his main anger starts. I can't tell if the headache is from gaming too hard or from these headphones now. So basically, he gets the blade, the sword of Olympus from Zeus. He sacrifices all of the god powers, and he gets screwed over because he ends up just getting killed. He ends up getting killed by Zeus with the sword. So he dies. Literally, Kratos dies in the beginning of God of War 2. But you can't really kill Kratos. So Kratos dies. He goes to hell. This isn't Kratos' first time being here. So Kratos dies. He climbs up from... Actually, that's the second time. The third time.
Did you miss me?
Yeah. So second or third time, I'd say.
The blades of exile will serve you well, Kratos. Use them to call forth the spirits of your exiled Spartan brothers.
God himself. Kratos dies like 3 times in the games in total. Well, 4 times, including this game. Oops, spoilers! So Kratos dies in the first game. Bramble. Kratos dies in the first game, and he's helped by this weird old man, which I don't know about still. It's this random dude. This random old dude. He helps Kratos, because the first game, he's mysterious. He's always mysterious, but he helps Kratos escape from hell. Like, he made it easy. He literally dug a hole by a temple near, by where Ares was. And he helps Kratos come back from the underworld, basically. I don't know what his deal is. Maybe... I don't remember. Maybe he'll explain in this game or something. But yeah, Kratos dies. He makes it out of the underworld, basically. And he kills Ares. And then in God of War 2, he dies again. He casually just escapes hell again, because, you know, he's just that good. So he gets really mad this time. He kills Icarus for his wings. For these awesome wings. I still have them, right? Yes, I do. This is the best ability. I love Icarus's wings. Make it really easy. It's really nice to have him back because God of War 2 had the best, in my opinion. Actually, after playing Ghost of Sparta, it's between those two because Ghost of Sparta had like really good mechanics. The boobers. I'm 18 now. I can look at them without being arrested. They're high textured this time. And in 60 FPS. Boy, am I lucky. High texture boobers. I can't wait for the Aphrodite version part of the game where I don't need to skip over anymore because I'm an adult. I'm legal now. This isn't a big deal because I literally streamed this part of the game like back in 2016 when I was, how long was 2016? That was like holy shit, that was like 6 years ago. So I was 12. That's hilarious. I was 12. I was like 13, 12 streaming this game. This exact part right here, I remember. I think it's perfect for me to be streaming this game because I'm 18 now. I don't need to skip any over certain parts. I don't need to be scared of anything. And I've streamed this game before, so I think it's perfect. I didn't beat it on stream. I never managed to do that for some reason. But now I can. Because I'm gonna platinum it, baby. This is basically my childhood dream. Like, I would never imagine myself doing this. Wait, I can do it. Okay, never mind. Like, if I were to go back in time and tell my younger self that we go back and beat our favorite games.
Suffered enough, Spartan. Hades, he sentenced me to this eternal torture. My prison of tinder. But now that you are here, you can free me. All I have left is my bow. Please, free me. And it is yours.
There you go.
The gods were right to curse you.
I have to get something here first.
If you light me on fire, I cannot help you.
Oh, it's after I get the bow. I should be paying attention for missable
Keep it
trophies.
away from me!
Oh, there's a lot of missable trophies in this game. Oh, I didn't miss it. Okay, so I got one of them. Hold on. I need to massage my head for a second because my headache. Lame gamer. Because I need to read this. So that's missable because no. That's not true. Okay, so it wasn't back in 2016 when I played this. I'm wrong. It was back in 2018. Wow. I have a really bad concept of time. But yeah, back in basically 4 years ago, I streamed this game and never beat it on stream. Sex? Okay, so the Aphrodite part is missable, but I'm not gonna be skipping that. It's hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Burn 100 enemies with the bow of Apollo. This trophy requires you 100 enemies with the bow of Apollo. Best place to do this is the Chamber of Poseidon, since the dogs are infinite unless you throw them through the portal. I already passed the Chamber of Poseidon, right? Pretty sure, because I killed them in the beginning of the game, so... Anyway, if that's in the beginning of the game, I could just go back off stream and do it. Not that big of a deal. No. No, we go back. Okay, yeah, we do go back. We go back to Poseidon's place. Boring. This guy's watching Trophy Guide. Mr. Hand. What's Mr. Hand? Discover secret is Hades' arm room. I already got that trophy, so that's good. Nice tan. Blind 100 enemies with the head of Helios. There's no battle arena for some reason. Ghost of Sparta had a battle arena. I'm glad I did Ghost of Sparta last, because Ghost of Sparta was easily the easiest game. Why is this still crooked? Was the easiest game out of all of them. It had, there was hard parts, but it wasn't like, you know, oh, it wasn't as bad as the other games, which I'm thankful for. The challenge of the gods in Ghost of Sparta were literally a piece of cake compared to the other games, so I'm glad about that as well. So that's why I think Ghost of Sparta is one of the better games, so it's not ridiculously hard. Got 3 centaur generals. At the beginning of the game, you open the door in the tomb of Ares before the second boss fight against Poseidon's horse. Well, I already missed that now, didn't I? You have to weaken all of it. Did I really miss that? Does it matter? At the beginning of the game, when you open the door in the tomb of Ares, I did miss it already. Well, wait, I did skin him though. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, do I really have to go back in the stream now and find out if I did or not? Because now I don't remember. I was talking, so I don't remember. Did I QTE him? Could have sworn I did. I'll go back then. Let's see. No guts, no glory. Obedience school. Deliver 50 kicks to hounds. The trophy requires you to grab 50 dogs. Best place to do this is Chamber of Poseidon. Again. See the nice 10 trophy for detailed video. Yeah, this is late into the game. This is after we kill Hercules. And then there's also Soul Dog. Summon every soul with the claws of Hades. Before attempting the trophy, make sure your claws are upgraded to the max level in order to be able to summon all the souls. Go to the upgrade menu and press the triangle button to choose the soul you like to summon. Summon all of them. And that's all the missable trophies, excluding the upgrade ones. Collect all the godly possessions. have to get the bow. Oh, I'm gonna kill this guy because I'm just that good. Just a casual Cerebus.
The fire! It's too close! Keep the flames away!
What if I didn't want to?
Please, be more careful.
So yeah, what Kratos was saying earlier is that the Sisters of Fate couldn't hold him, which is literally what happened. Oh, that's limited time. So, what Kratos did is that he went to the temples of the Sisters of Fate, which is basically Gna, which is in God of War Ragnarok. Kratos plays around with like fate all the time. It's hilarious. It's hilarious how he literally destroys destiny itself. It's amazing. It makes him so badass. So basically he went to the temples of the Sisters of Fate, which is 3 of them.
What are you doing?
He fights and kills all of them using their own ability against them.
You'll burn me alive! Oh,
I set that on fire. I have to use my brain, which is gonna hurt because I have a headache. So how do I get up there? Oh, the Cerebus. I have to have the Cerebus burn the thing. So yeah, he kills the Sisters of Fate. One of them has their boobers hanging out. Was it one of them or... Well, 2 of them have their boobers hanging out. I'd just like to point that out. And then, he kills the first 2 because you fight the first 2 at the same time. Well, you fight the first one and then eventually becomes a double boss fight. But then you kill both of them at the same time.
Close.
So after that, he kills the first 2, and then he kills the third one, which is this big fat sister.
Keep that beast away. Please, I cannot die this way.
So after he kills the Sisters of Fate, he gets access to a mirror. A mirror that could go back in like certain points of time. They're like the threads. They're like threads of time. But he turns cranks to go back to the point where Zeus kills him with the sword. He goes back to that point. He fights Zeus. He kills Athena by accident.
Deny me my destiny, Kratos.
It's amazing. The boss fight with Zeus is really epic. Like, I'd say 3 out of 4 of them. 3 out of 4 of the games have good final boss fights. And I say 3 out of 4 because the final boss for Chains of Olympus had me so mad because the final boss wasn't even hard. Well, it was hard, but it wasn't designed to be hard. It was hard because it was glitchy. And like she would kill you in like 2 hits. It was so annoying.
You have gained the bow of Apollo. Its fiery
So by the
arrows
time I
will
platinumed
cleave
that
your
game, I was
path.
just super upset. And not, guess what? In order to get the Challenge of the Gods, you have to beat the game first. So you think that the easy part's done? You're wrong. The hard part is last. And the Challenge of the God, oh my god, for Chains of Olympus, were not enjoyable at all. Like I wanted to, I planned on ending it, man. Like, Jesus Christ, the second challenge. Like the first game has 10, the second game has 7, and eventually the other games have just 5. But Ghost of Sparta had 13, but the good side, because for, I can't even explain it, because like how like bad they were. Oh, did I mess up? I was supposed to have that fire there so I could get the chest. God damn it. We'll see. But I needed that to light from the Cerebus, so I have to get it back somehow. But what I was saying is that, like, the Challenge of the guards of the gods are not enjoyable at all. Bro, let me... That basically explains what I've had to go through for the past 3 weeks. Now, you could search up videos for the Challenge of the Gods for each of the games, and you'll see just how ridiculous they are. Like, Santa Monica, when they were developing those games, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. They were high on, like, some type of crack. Because I genuinely thought I was playing a Dark Souls game. And when I have that feeling, because I don't like Dark Souls games. I learned that. Just recently, I learned that I don't like Dark Souls games. Or Souls-like games. I genuinely do not like them. I do not believe if you make a game hard, or harder, it doesn't make the game better. That's just not how it works for me. Hard game does not equal good game in my eyes. Cuphead is a good game because it did something different. Yeah, it's fucking hard. It'll make you want to smash your controller, but it's a good game because you see the effort that they put into it and how beautiful it is. I didn't mean to do that. Shit. So yeah, basically that was my experience with the games. Oh, I didn't even need it. Okay, well I did it right. Die, stupid pink thing. 3 Phoenix Feathers, 2. In conclusion, doing these games platinums has brought me pain and enjoyment at the same time. More pain, but I've enjoyed them for the most part. For the least part, actually, because I felt more pain doing them. I keep messing with my headphones because the headband keeps, I don't know if it's making my headache worse or not. I don't even know. I remember saying that God of War is one of those few series that doesn't have a single bad game, and I'd like to fix that statement because that is no longer true. Like, if I went my entire life without playing God of War Ascension, I would still be saying that. There, like, it makes me sad to say that because Ascension is not that bad of a game, like I was saying earlier. It's just not as good, but it's sort of mid in a way. That's probably the best way I can describe it. I don't know where I'm going. I forgot. I have short-term memory cancer. I can't speak because I have a headache now. So yes, Ascension, not that good of a game. What's back here? I keep hitting the wrong thing. It's L2. Hopefully after I beat this game, but it won't be for a while though, because after I platinum this game, probably gonna take a big break from platinuming, because jeez, these platinums are genuinely hard. So I'll probably take a big break from platinuming games. Like, they took a lot of energy from me. Oh, I didn't know Minotaur horns were back. I'm just hearing people scream, falling to their death. Falling to their extra death, I mean. Falling into their afterlife. Oh my god, I hate these shits so much. Why did they bring them back into this game? These guys actually suck. They're so annoying. There was a challenge in Ghost of Sparta. I just died from their thing. Playing a God of War game while you have a headache is not the best. That is not the smartest thing you could do. Not you. Bro's minding his own business and I attacked him. like I was saying earlier, before these buttholes starting attacking me. I hate those birds that I was just attacking right now. I can't say that they're the worst enemy that in the entire God of War series, because satyrs exist. I'd say satyrs are literally the worst enemies you could encounter in these games. Like, satyrs are the reason I don't want to play God of War Ascension. Literally. Like, they brought back satyrs, I'm like, I don't want to platinum this game anymore. I don't even want to play it right now. I'll take a break from it. I'll take a break from PS3 God of Wars, because Jesus Christ. They're ridiculously overpowered. They're just goats with swords. Satyrs are literally just goats with swords. It's... There's no reason why they should be so powerful. Like, they'll usually kill you in like 2 hits. Like, they're worse than Valkyries. Oh, speaking of Valkyries, the final boss. The reason I said 3 out of 4 of the games, of the God of War games, have the best boss fights in, like, I've played in other games is because I said it earlier. Oh my god, I have dementia. But I said it earlier, but I'll say it again. Because I said 3 out of 4 boss battles are good. Because the final boss battle for Chains of Olympus was it Persephone? I don't remember her name. It was that's how mad I was. It's the wife of Hades. And her boss battle was like so hard. I was stuck in it. I was stuck on it on like a full day. Cause she would just keep 1 hitting me, 2 hitting me. Like, her attack patterns were just so retarded. The game made me so mad, man. And didn't even end there. There's stupid ass challenges of the gods, which was even worse. It's between God of War 1 and Chains of Olympus that have the worst challenge of the gods. Because in 1, it's 2 challenges that are just ridiculous. I think it was challenge 4. It was challenge 4 in God of War 1 that you had to kill like an entire wave of enemies without dying. And it doesn't sound that hard at first, but it's the amount of enemies and it's the type of enemies that they send you. It's literally like a full 9 minutes. 10 minutes. And mind you, keep in mind, I mean, like, each of the challenge of the gods wouldn't take you any longer than like 2 minutes. But it was that challenge and challenge 9 that took way too long than they should have. If I remember, it's challenge 4 that required you to kill like so many Gorgons. And it was these Gorgons are like Medusa. You look at them, but it's not like that you look at them, but they have this gaze, like this green beam that I was fighting her earlier. It's not the same thing, because in this game it's a single blink, which I think is kind of worse. I don't know why I missed that jump. But these Gorgons, they throw like they throw like 4 of you at once. And originally you don't think it's bad, but after like being in the challenge for like 10 minutes, because they send so many enemies after you, like, it keeps going and going, it doesn't end, and it's just so boring and hard that after you get killed, like, I don't even know, I've completely forgot how much time I spent on that challenge, but it wasn't as long as how long I spent on challenge 9. Jesus Christ, challenge 9 was ridiculous. It's so ridiculous I have to show you guys. And second of all, because I want to take off my headphones, because the headache is just so much worse. So, challenge 9. Like, there's so many things that stack. Oh, no, it wasn't Challenge 9. What am I talking about? Well, actually, it is Challenge 9. Challenge 9 was a pain in the ass as well. It was Challenge 10. Jesus Christ, dude. It was... Okay, so now I remember. God of War 1 was the worst game for Challenge of the Gods. It was 3... Because it was the first game. So I was, like... super upset. I'm like, oh my god, is this the rest of the series? But look at this. This was the last challenge. Actually, let me show you challenge 4 first. That I was right. It is challenge 4. Holy shit. That's how much it traumatized me that I remember which exact. No, never mind. I'm wrong. I'm dumb. It's not challenge 4. Challenge 4 was a little poopy, but it was not as bad as challenge 10. What is challenge 6? Oh my god. Actually, now that I look back, all of them were bad. All of them were horrible, man. Okay, so let's just go. Actually, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna review because I can't focus on the game. I can only talk. So I'll just go through the playlist. Challenge 1. Let's go back memory lane. I did this platinum back on my birthday, I'm pretty sure. Yes, okay. So I got the God of War 1 platinum on the 20th. I don't want to look back. I'm pretty sure I got it on the 20th, but I was just stuck. I was stuck on these challenges for 3 days. That's the longest. This game, I'm pretty sure, is the longest I spent getting a platinum out of all of them. Like, it's not even lengthwise. Like, by now, like, I've learned that just because a game is short doesn't mean the platinum is easy. I'm so glad I learned that now. So, challenge 1, not that bad. But it shows how worse it's going to be. So challenge 1 isn't bad. It's basically you have to push these guys into the hole. But this game is just so jank sometimes. Like, the only way to push them in is by spamming... Oh, well, he did that. I didn't use that tactic. But basically, you have to keep their shields on because the only way to push them in... This guy did it the hard way. You can't kill them. If you kill them, basically the challenge ends. This guy did it the weird way. This is not how I did it. You had to spam circle in order to... Because by spamming circle, you grab them, and it pushes them back a little bit. Like, it's not even good. Like, that's not even a good game design at all. Like, I'll admit, I like these games. I love them. But this is just horrible. I never want to see this ever again in a game. Like, if it wasn't for how iconic this series was, if this was just some non-exclusive, like, if it just wasn't God of War, I would hate the game. That's how bad it was. So, challenge 1, not that bad. Bad, but it does not even count. Challenge 2, it was easier, I think. Challenge 2 was easier. All you had to do, but it took me like 10 tries because I didn't know what I was doing. And I didn't even watch the video on how to do it first. But basically what I did was just spam the triangle move where you do a ground pound and shake everybody off. But yeah. Okay, so he does that. Okay, this guy did it. Oh. Okay, maybe I should have watched this guy's videos. This guy does do it an easier way, sort of. For some reason, he does that. But you could see that these harpers, I think they're called harpers. Those firebirds have been in every single game, I'm pretty sure. And they're such a pain in the ass. especially when you have to do a hit list challenge, which there was a hit list challenge in Chains of Olympus, in Ghost of Sparta. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure there was in the first game because I can't remember. This was just 2 weeks ago. How much pain I've been in that I can't remember which challenges there were. So this was easy. I got this eventually. This was even easier because it requires literally no skill. This was just trying to do it. You had to do it perfect, but it wasn't. Oh, it took hours to do this. This guy's doing 1 by 1? What the shit? That is not how I did it. This guy did it so weird. Oh, but he did it. What the hell? He did it 1 by 1. There was an easier way to do this. There's a ground pound move that basically eliminates everything. Well, about everything on your screen. But this guy did it individually. I guess because it was faster, but whatever. Anyway, challenge 3. Easy. There's this challenge that I thought was the hard one, but it's challenge 4. This is, you had to kill only the Minotaurs. So you had to... What the hell? Oh my god, this seems way too... I'm gonna go back in time. I'm gonna pull a Kratos and go back in time through the mirror, because this guy did it so much more easier. He did it weird, but it worked. I didn't even know you could do that. What I did is that I did a double jump and like since the enemies were short here, you can't kill any of the guys with the swords. If you kill them, the challenge restarts. You just have to kill the Minotaurs. But thankfully, since the only case where these guys have ridiculous health is the only good reason. I mean, the only case you'll be grateful that they don't have that much health. But anyway, this one wasn't hard. It gets worse. This one was hard at first, but after I read the trophy guide on this one was piece of cake, because it's literally just following a pattern. It's when they're in a certain position, like what made it easier, this guy points it out. So after one of them, they're moving clockwise. So as soon as they reach that edge, you're gonna kill that one. So just pull it back immediately. This was easy. I got this after like the 5th try, because it's just time consuming. Challenge 6. Oh my god. Okay, this is where it gets horrible. Challenge 6. By this point, I was like, I can't do this. Like, I genuinely want to quit. Like, every game had like at least 2 moments where I wanted to quit. That's how bad it got. But this was one of the moments. This was one of the moments, but out of many for the first game. So the movement in this game is really bad. Like, if you stand on an edge incorrectly, you'll just slide off. Like, I've attempted this so many times. Like, I didn't want to play any God of War game ever again after this. So these 4 guys just lock onto you the entire time. And look, he fell off the ledge. There's times where you grab on the ledge and Kratos will just fall off. It won't even give you a chance to lift yourself back up. But this guy makes it look so easy. So you have to kill them, or else they'll shoot you from behind. And basically, it's like in Shovel Knight. Like, the reason, like, I bought the Shovel Knight collection on my Switch such a long time ago, but those games are just so hard, I couldn't beat them. But one thing I remember, probably the biggest thing I remember from the Shovel Knight games, is that when you're hit by an enemy, you will fall off. You will die immediately. Like, there's no chance. You're jumping in midair, you get hit by something, you're done for, buddy. It doesn't matter how much health you have, you'll fall off a ledge. You'll have to restart from the beginning of the level. It is so painful. I hate games that do that. Like the last two platforms go super fast, so you have to be really careful that you don't get hit while trying to jump on the next platform. That was a pain in the ass. That took way too many attempts. Challenge 7. Okay, yes, there was a hit list challenge. I don't remember this. I think this one was easy. This one was easy because you have magic. Yeah, this one was easy because Kratos' moveset is like really good in this game where you can the thing is that these guys, there's a few enemies, if not most enemies in the God of War games have a singular move that if they go for it, there is no way you're going to block it. They make it unblockable, unparryable, and undodgeable, especially in this game. And it's so like it's not even like difficulty, it's just jank. I was ready to give up on this game easily, but eventually I did it. But it wasn't that bad where I had to okay, it was 8. Yes. Oh my god. This one is the second worst. Like this is I should make a tier list on like the worst God of War challenge levels. But this one is the second to worst for this game because this one requires you to not die. I was talking about this. This is the one I was talking about. So Medusa's gaze, they'll keep doing this. They throw 4 of them at the same time, and they'll occasionally, very often, do that gaze. And if you stand in there for more than 3 seconds, you're one hit. Because you'll turn into stone, and if anything hits you, you'll die instantly. But not only that, it doesn't seem hard at first because, hey, all you have to do is kill them. There's no time limit. There's no health limit. It's just you have to kill all of them. But it's the amount of enemies they throw at you at once. Because you're not only just dealing with Gorgons, you're dealing with these fuckers. These guys with the swords, oh my god. They are such a pain in the ass. And not only that, you thought it ended there? You have to deal... Look, this video is 15 minutes long. Every other challenge took no more than 3 minutes. This one took 15 minutes to do. Probably even longer for me, because this was just me starting out. I wasn't accustomed to this difficulty yet. But they keep going with you. Like, when they flash blue, that's an unblockable move. Like, it's so painful. So you are kept on your toes, like, the entirety of this. You make one little mistake, you're screwed. It's 15 minutes of torture, man. I would never want to do this ever again. If I have to go back to this, I'm not doing it. Like, there's no way. I'm giving up. I never want to do this ever again. You guys also want to know something too? So basically, thankfully, this was the first and last game to make it simultaneously. So basically, to even do these challenges, they're not select. It's not like level select. They're not individual. You have to do them 10 in a row. In a row. You have to do all of these without turning off your console. And guess what? Guess what I had to do? I was doing this on my birthday. This was me at like 9 o'clock trying to do this shit. I'm losing my voice. But I was trying to do this at night. I could not do it. I could not do it. I was so mad, man. This was just too hard. Like, I do not want to wish anybody to ever want to do this. Like, okay, another thing with this challenge, the best move here is to do the ground pound move that you did for the other challenges. But the thing is, with that ground pound move that he just did, look what happens. It takes so long to take the Blades of Chaos out of the ground that you'll be frozen. And if you don't do it fast enough, they'll hit you and you'll die. And you have to do the entire thing all over again. And if you thought you wanted to take a break, if you stay away from your PS3 for too long, you have to reset. But this is what happened with me. I beat the challenge. I was like, thank God I did it. Like, I was so over it, but this isn't the last challenge though. There's 2 more. I had to go to sleep. It was like 10 at night. It was so late. I spent the entire day trying to do these challenges. So I'm like, I have to go to sleep. What the hell am I going to do? I gave up for that day. I'm like, okay, I just beat the hardest challenge, what I thought was the hardest challenge at the time. I'll pick this back up tomorrow, I guess. I have to redo everything, so that's what I had to do. So not only did I have to do this one time, I had to do it twice. If I have to ever do this for a 3rd time to save my life, I'm dying. I cannot ever do this ever again. I never want to do that ever again. Like, I do not recommend anybody to platinum these games. Like, if you think, I doubt anybody watching this will think about doing such a thing. But if you're thinking about it, just do not. Save yourself the stress. You're literally saving yourself from hours of stress and pain. Like, this is just not worth it. Like, I'm doing it because honestly, I've never challenged myself on a platinum as hard as these games ever before. The hardest I've done is, I'd say Little Big Planet, because Little Big Planet, you had to ace levels in a row. That was horrible, but they're nowhere near this, because Little Big Planet wasn't made for difficulty. It was, but it wasn't at the same time. What was this challenge? No, it wasn't challenge 9. This wasn't the worst one. I think it was for God of War 2 that I'm talking about, challenge 9. This was, you had to kill all of them in a certain time. This wasn't bad. I think I remember on the 20th trying to do this. I'm like, there's no possible way that this was easier than every other challenge that I ever had to do. This was easy because you just had to kill them under the time. And this is with everything maxed out, so this is extra easy. With Kratos fully maxed out and with magic, super easy. So it wasn't challenge 9 that was the hardest. It was this one. Now this one wasn't long. There wasn't a time limit. There wasn't a health limit. This is the worst. This is the worst challenge out of every single challenge in all the series. Worse than Valkyries in the newer games. This is worse than what I did in Chains of Olympus. This is worse than the Persephone final boss. This is worse than the second games. This is worse than challenge 5 and 6. These were... this challenge right here brought me so much anger. Like, I wanted to smash my PS3 against the wall. That's so bad. So let me go over this again. So from beginning to start, I have to do like a full analysis on this challenge because that's how bad it is. I need to explain why this challenge is worse than every other one, because that's just how bad it was. I was so close to quitting. This one pushed me over the edge. I couldn't. So this challenge requires you to basically fight waves of those enemies. Those 2 there are called satyrs, and satyrs are the worst enemies in God of War. Satyrs are literally the worst. They do ridiculous damage if you make a mistake. They have ridiculous health, especially in the first game. When they first introduced you to them, they are such a pain in the ass. They're so unkillable and ridiculous. And then there are these little puppies. They turn on fire and explode and stun you for a little bit. So just imagine the hardest enemy to kill plus enemies that stun you. And not only that, you have to kill them in order to move up this tiny platform here. So this platform moves up every time you kill a wave of them. So you have to, you can't fall off. If you fall off, it will instantly kill you. So this level is made in such a way, like if you're in like a single centimeter, I remember so many times, like 1,000 times, I'm not even joking, 1,000 times I fell a single centimeter off that platform and it instantly killed me. Like, satyrs will continuously push you off. They have this move. Oh my god. I'm about to cry because I have to talk about this. Like, this genuinely brought me physical and emotional pain. Why did the quality go down? I want to show people watching this. My headache is getting worse just talking about this. So the puppies do that firework explosion move and they stun you a little bit. They push you back. Satyrs have a certain move that they grab you with the hook. It is unblockable. Literally unblockable and you can't dodge it. It is impossible. Once they do it, you're fucked. So you have to keep rolling. You have to keep like rolling away, but you can't roll too much because if you roll off, you'll roll off right off the edge. Kratos will, like 3% of the time, he'll grab onto the ledge. So, oh my god, I had to search up. This was so bad, I had to get off the trophy guide because the trophy guide does not help you. Like, I had to search up so many different strategies to this. Probably one of the few times I had to search up different strategies for this specific challenge. There was so many different strategies people recognize. And it's not just me, by the way. It's not just me complaining, being a crybaby about this. Everybody that has gone for this platinum or has attempted to get this platinum or has gotten it, including me, would tell you, they will tell you how bad this challenge is. Like, literally in the trophy guide, I said earlier, it tells you, good luck, you will need it. This is the worst challenge you'll ever see in your life. And things are parryable. Things are parryable, but I had to, basically there was two strats I was combining here. There was this one that this guy was doing, and there was the ground pound move. Because I kept spamming this, but they would eventually grab me and these little fuckers would blow me off. Pause. They would blow you right off the platform. Like you would just fly. Like you're a feather. Like you'll disappear off the platform. So it's a mixture of luck. It's a mixture of skill, barely. And it's a mixture of just glitch and jankness. Like, it's not even fair. This is not fair. None of the challenges in this game were fair. Really. Look at this. Look how many times he grabs onto the ledge. Like, every time I fell off the ledge, Kratos would just not. And by this time, this guy doesn't even have to kill them. By this point, you could just jump off. I don't even think he... Oh, there you go. He did. But, oh my god. I didn't, but I almost broke into tears when I did this. I'm like, I'm free. This was the last trophy I needed. This was painful. I love how I'm not even playing the game anymore. I think I'm just gonna take a break because I can't focus. My brain will hurt. It is hurting right now, but I can't multitask. And this is literally, I'm doing 3 tasks at once. I'm playing the game, I'm streaming, and I'm following the trophy guide. I can't do all 3 at once while having a headache. So instead I'll just talk about the game's Challenge of the Gods and my plat journey. I'm just so happy I don't have to deal with these. Like, after I'm done with this game, I'm pretty sure I'm not even a plat ascension. I'm gonna play it, but on easy mode, because I want to know, I have to make my money's worth. I spent a ridiculous amount of money. Like, I'm pathetic. I spent too much money, man, on these games just to platinum them. I had to win several bid wars for these games. That's how much I was determined to fucking platinum these games. All right, so God of War 2. Not as bad, but pretty bad. Hello, Ellen Zomenso, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm losing my voice. Why? I don't talk that much. Anyway, okay. I hate how YouTube. This is how YouTube's been like my entire life. I know it's my internet. Like it's always streaming or not, it's always been laggy for no reason. There you go. This guy, Big Benedict. This guy probably saved my life. I almost jumped off a cliff doing these. I didn't watch Bick for the first game for some reason. I don't know why. Like he did it completely different. But for Bick, I watched his God of War 2. Okay. No, it's laggy. What a surprise. Okay, so this challenge... What the hell was that? I don't remember that. Okay, well this challenge... What was this challenge again? You had to kill all of them? I didn't read at the beginning. I forgot. I forgot already. Act. I'd even... Bro! Blind Fury. What do you have to do? You have to kill all of them. Yes, you have to kill all of them in the time. Okay. This one... This wasn't hard. Thankfully. Like, you don't know my reaction. Like, I'm so glad I didn't stream these games. Because I would be so mad. Like, you would see a version of me you've never seen. These games literally bring out the worst in you. But this wasn't hard. These games also had bonus objectives that I did not even bother to go for. I'm like, if it's not required for the trophy, I'm not going to do it. I just want to... Let me complete it. This one was a little difficult. Yes, this one was a little difficult because you could only kill them in the air. And Gorgons, being the pain in the ass they are... You're given a bunch of time, though. Actually, no. I remember, because I would... It's either I died... It was either I died or I ran out of time is what messed me up. Because there was just... The Gorgons kept messing me up. You could go for these enemies, but they would also spawn in like one-hit goats that you could kill in the air, and those were easy. But there's also this butthole made things harder. Like enemies in these games have way too much health. Like it's ridiculous. It's not fair at all. This was difficult, but not as hard as the ones that are coming up. You're not even ready. Okay, you had to do 25 shatters. I remember. At first, I'm like, I thought it was only 10. I didn't even read it. I thought it was 10. And I did it. I'm like, what? How many do I have to do? And then I read it. And I'm like, 25? How am I going to do that? Because I barely reached 10 the first time I tried to do it. I'm like, this is easy. Why isn't the challenge ending? But there's also... Look, it doesn't... Okay, so what made this challenge hard is that getting 25 wasn't hard. Because what you could block the... Like this, you could parry it, and it freezes everyone around you. But once you get 25, it doesn't end. So Not only that, because it's a bonus objective that it forces you to attempt. So the time just keeps going. You've already gotten more than 25, but you have to stay alive. If you die, you have to restart. This was this got me many times. Hard, not as hard. Okay, this one was hard. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I'm pissed off now thinking about this. I've spent so much time on this one, but hey, I thought of it. I'm like, okay, at least I could take a break with this one. I could do it tomorrow. Then, I mean, I could do it the next day because guess what? I don't have to do it simultaneously just like the first game. This game, thankfully, introduced the idea that you could do it, you know, you could just select the challenges, but still didn't change the fact that the challenges were super hard. So basically you have this guy right here. Protect the weak. This guy is a translator. You don't actually translate anything, but you have to keep that guy alive. He has a decent amount of health, but the thing is, when you have to protect them, and not only do you have to protect him, you have to keep him in that blue circle. So you have to keep him alive. You have to keep him in that blue circle that changes 3 times. And it'll change. It doesn't change 3 times. There's 3 different locations. It changes a bunch of times. This took so much time. This is another one that made me want to quit because I just could not do it. Eventually I got it though. I just did not quit. So I had trouble with this because eventually I didn't use the time slowdown ability as often as I should have originally. And they throw so many enemies at you. Like, it's ridiculous. They think that you're God. They think that you're literally a god. And they throw all these fucking enemies at you. Like a Cyclops, look. Oh no, okay. Oh, look. If you don't attack them for long, eventually the Cyclops will go attacking the translator. It is so annoying. Because you're like, I'm so busy with everybody else. How am I supposed to do this at the same time? So eventually what I learned to do is to spam time slowdown every time it ended. And I was able to do it. He had, like, I couldn't do the bonus. I wasn't trying to go for the bonus, but every attempt, the bonus failed. Because he would just be close to dying every time. There was so many close calls. There was times I died, too, because there was just so many enemies. Like, those sirens, I think they're called. I don't remember. I hate those enemies so much. There's so many dislikable enemies for genuine purposes. Like, they do not need to exist. These dogs are completely fine. They die in like 2 hits. So it'll make a noise. Thankfully, because the circle is not that visually noticeable. So I had to use auditory clues. It played like a loud sound effect almost every time it switched, thankfully. If there was no sound effect, I would have failed this 1,000 more times. But it'll throw you these bitches have so much health for no reason. For no reason. And that's not even the worst. So eventually this took forever. There were so many... Oh, how could I forget? They literally throw satyrs at you. Look at this shit. They throw so many... After dealing with all those, they throw 4 satyrs at you eventually. Or is it just 3? No, they throw 3, but they give you the old sirens as well. Because why not? So the circle's gone. And there's also another thing with this challenge. There's a weird movement glitch. That with the analog stick, you try to move in a certain way you can't. Like, I don't know why, but there's a certain magnetism. Like, there's a straight path. And if you try to move it, like... It doesn't move. So there's also times that I try to go to the circle, but there was an enemy in the way, it wasted all my time and the enemy would just end up killing me. And the challenge would be failed. Just this challenge was so bad. I couldn't. And then they dropped more Cyclops on you eventually as well. Oh, Satyrs and a Cyclops. Because, yeah, why not? 2 Cyclops and a bunch of Satyrs. This challenge was horrible. I never want to do this one ever again either. Actually horrible. This haunts me in my nightmares. When I have nightmares, all I see are the challenge 9 from the first game in this challenge. And guess what? That's not even the last one. This one was easy. This one was a breath of fresh air. When I played, I'm like, well, I didn't get it the first time, but it was like you have to do a certain thing, but it was easy. It was 1,000 times easier. I don't remember this one. Yes, I do. Okay, this one was a really hard one because guess what? It took so much time to do. You just had to kill waves and waves of enemies, and they just didn't stop. You didn't know when it was going to end. I'm so glad they never... These enemies only showed up like once or twice in the games, and that's it. These guys were such a pain in the ass. But it's better because... Actually, they did show up again, but just they look different. I'll show you. But yeah, this challenge was horrible. I think I eventually did it. You lose health of... I don't remember. I think it was just... Was it? It can't just be killing waves of enemies. Yes. Okay, it was. They were killing you slowly. You were losing health little by little. That's what made it difficult. Because you had to fight so many enemies that hit you so easily. And if you mess up... And these guys, you had to quick time event them. If not, then you would have died. Horrible. Then it was challenge 7, which I don't remember. Yes, okay. This was hard. This was also hard. This was the 3rd hardest one, I'd say. It was pretty hard, but it wasn't as ridiculous as the other ones, thankfully. So the strategy, this is the strategy I did, basically. Let's see, does he leave the last one alive? Yes, he does. Okay, so you have to kill all the skeletons, and the skeletons hit you pretty easily. Like, their attack patterns are fucking ridiculous. So you had to turn on Titan mode, or Titan Rage, I mean. You had to attack this guy from the back. And he would throw rocks at you, which would often not even, like, hit you. But if you rolled incorrectly, or even if you rolled it correctly, it would still find a way to somehow hit you. So you have to attack him from far away with the sword when he's not attacking. But then he does like this stupid ass move when he rolls around. It's dumb. But for this beginning part, it was pretty easy. Eventually, I got it because I just had to do it. But yeah, you have to do this entire thing without getting hit. Those challenges are the worst. Doing challenges without getting hit. The game that is designed for you to fail a bunch of times challenges you to not get hit. Those green guys... These guys with the scrolls, they would summon if you didn't kill them immediately. So you had to, after that first phase is done, you had to kill them immediately, because they could summon Cyclops, and that would make your life so much harder. So you have to spam circle on them a bunch of times while you have to worry about these guys, which are just impossible to not get hit from. But eventually I managed to do it. I pulled through. I did it. So let me get on to my favorite game of the bunch. Chains of Olympus. Jesus. Oh my god, Chains of Olympus. Chains of Olympus. I liked the game at first. I liked it. I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool for a PSP game. But eventually it just became pain. There are certain points of the game I'm like, I cannot get past this. Now, I can't list off the top of my head, but I remember, especially Challenge 2. It's literally right there, Challenge 2. How difficult it was. I want to go in order. Because the rest of them were alright, but it was this one that basically made it as hard as the other games. Like, the game, all of them were balanced with difficulty. It's like, it's not balanced. That's not what I mean. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I mean is that they always found a way to make it incredibly difficult for you. Like, they'll balance it out. Like, if you have extremely easy challenges, they will quite literally make a challenge that is impossible for you to do, just to balance it out. Which is not really balancing it out, because they're making it impossible. So this game, Chains of Olympus. Actually, let me go through the boss battle first. Yes, it was Persephone. I was right. Persephone is the worst boss ever. I never want to fight her ever again. Oh my god, there's also Charon. Charon was a pain in the ass. Charon has so many different phases that were unblockable. Fucking ridiculous. So, let me talk about why this is definitely the worst boss battle out of the entire series. Because if it wants to load... Fuck. God. I hate YouTube so much. It's my Wi-Fi's fault, but I still hate YouTube. Okay. So, basically with this boss battle, you're fighting Hades' wife. So, her health bar appears before you even fight her. It's in between a cutscene. So, not only is her boss battle really ridiculously hard, you cannot make a single mistake. Every time she throws those rocks, it's basically half your health. You get hit twice, you're dead. You're done. And she had that blockable move, but then she hits for a second time. It doesn't even make sense. It's so annoying. I'd even use this ability. I had to use the ranged one to, like... God, I hate this boss battle so much. Like, this boss battle was so bad it made me, like, feel worse about the game in its entirety. The game was pretty good. It was on par with the rest of the games. It fit the theme perfectly. But it's crazy how mixed I feel about this game, because it introduced one of the, like, probably the most OP weapon out of the whole series, which is the Zeus's gauntlet. Is pretty powerful. It's pretty good. So then after that first phase, it's hard still, because you still have to do it without dying. But that first phase was just so horrible. I did that I had to do it 2 separate days because I couldn't do it. I had to give up the first day I tried to do it. So she's going to hit you with a bunch of green balls, and you have to parry them. If you mess up, you're going to keep getting hit. And eventually you get it. But yeah. This boss battle was horrible. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you die in the first phase, I forgot that, like, the main problem with this boss battle, since I died so many times, there's a trophy. There's a trophy for watching this cutscene right here. There's a trophy for watching it 3 times. And I know the devs did this on purpose. They literally did it on purpose. They give you a trophy for watching this exact cutscene 3 times because you have to watch it every single time you die in the first phase. So you die at any point here, you're gonna die 1,000 times here. You have to rewatch that. The cutscene's like 30 seconds long every time. It is so annoying. It's almost an entire minute long. You have to watch that every single time you die. Horrible. So now and that's not even the worst part. After this, I'm like, oh my god. That's over, but I still have to do the challenge of the gods. But the trophy guide, once again, the asshole that wrote the trophy guide is like, these game's challenges aren't as hard as the other ones. Never has anyone been more wrong than the guy that wrote the trophy guide for this. I think his name was Colombian 187 or something. Disgrace to the Colombian ethnicity, man. Jesus Christ. He lied. This game is not as hard. I'm gonna fact check my thing. I know I'm right, but it says literally at the top that these challenges aren't as hard as the other games. It took me 3 days and an hour. God of War 2 took 3 days and 18 hours. And, I probably say that God of War 1 took me 7 months, but that's because I bought the the collection. The collection's like 7 months ago, and I wanted to do it, but I didn't have all the games, so I'm like, I want to do them in a row. But here, Chains of Olympus, trophy guide, right here. So, is it not here? You're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? No way I'm wrong. Oh no, it says it here. Hold on, I have to look for here. Piece of cake. Here we go. Okay. There are only 5 challenges in this game. They could be frustrating, just like the challenges in the past games that I said. I would still consider these to be the easiest set of challenges in any God of War game. That is completely false. Ghost of Sparta is the easiest game for challenges. Ghost of Sparta has 13 challenges. That sounds horrible, but guess what? Literally 11 of them. No, not even 12. 12 out of 13 of them, piece of cake. The only one that I spent so much time on was challenge, I don't remember. It was the hitless one, because the hitless ones are always hard. But the hitless one for Ghost of Sparta wasn't even hard at all. I'm sharing my screen, right? Yes, I am. Okay, so for this one, my foot fell asleep. Grind. No. Godly possessions. Oh, here we go. Okay, so okay. I need to breathe. I really wish all of the games were like Ghost of Sparta. Ghost of Sparta was the easiest out of all of them because it had an arena. It had a combat arena where you could grind, or not even grind. You could just sit there for like minutes, barely hours, grinding, just spamming a single button for orbs. Because in this game, they made it so you have to unlock your challenges. Or I mean, the first 5 you have to do, but then you get 8 more challenges. Yes, it's 13 total challenges. So you do the first 5, which are the challenges of the gods, and then it was the other challenges of Athena that you have to unlock through getting orbs. Combat Arena made it extremely easy. They didn't make it so trophies turned off or anything. You could do all the misc trophies there and done. This was the best game to platinum, the easiest one, and the funnest, arguably, because the story I think is the best out of the it's better than Chains of Olympus. I think it had the coolest magic and the weapons as well, but it had the most convenience over all the other games, and I think convenience is important to have in your games. You don't want your player to feel angry at the game and be like, you want it to feel that, oh, it's my fault that I didn't do this right. And you know what? This game made me feel that. You know why? Because is this Luigi's Mansion stream? Yes, clearly. But this game made me feel, okay, it was my fault because it's a skill issue. It was because of this challenge. Yes, this one. Here we go. It says, welcome to the hardest challenge. It was the hardest challenge. The only difficult one. But it wasn't that hard, which is very good. Because really, it didn't give you a ridiculous amount of enemies. It gave you a Cyclops that you could spam square on, easily killable. But then it would give you Gorgons. Gorgons were relatively easy to kill. You just had to make sure they didn't freeze you. You kill them, job's done. Well, job's not done, because then you have these firebirds. Really annoying. You could kill them, but it's way much easier than the rest of the games. I'd take this over any other day. This I wouldn't mind doing again because it's not that hard. And then for the last phase, it gives you all these poisonous crabs, but they're literally one hit. You hit circle on them, you could kill them easily. Well, game is this? Well, I'm talking about my platinum journey, so it's multiple games. Right now, originally I was playing God of War 3, but I got a headache, so I didn't want to play. But I'm talking about my platinum journey for all of the games. Why did I create two separate things here? But yeah, Ghost of Sparta is probably my favorite the games to platinum because it was the easiest. It also had an interesting brothel section of the game. Happy New Year. But yeah, here I go talking about the fucking Chains of Olympus challenges because these were just horrible. It's not that all of them were challenging, it's that one specific one made me want to kill myself. And it's only 5 challenges. It's the least amount of the entire series, but it makes up for it. It makes up for being the hardest. So here, why is this guy's taking forever to select the challenge? So it was challenge 1. Burn 50 soldiers. This was literally so easy. Like, I failed this like 1 or 2 times, but I got out of my like 4th, maybe 3rd try. Because you have to make sure to kill the Cyclops, because there's only a certain... If the Cyclops kills any of them, you have to restart. But this was easy, because you just have to kill the Cyclops, and then just spam... It's not Tartarus Rage, right? Or I forgot its name. Whatever. Anyway, this challenge was easy. It was the next challenge that made me question life. So this one, this guy's doing it differently. This is not how I did it. This strategy did not make it easier because I tried this strategy, did not work for me. So this challenge requires, it's a hit list challenge. This is the worst hit list challenge. So these guys, this certain type of enemy, since Kratos' for some reason in this game specifically, Kratos' hitbox is the size of a school bus. I remember one of the comments here, it's probably not for this video, but one of the comments of one of these videos of this challenge said that his hitbox is literally the size of a school bus. It's the size of the entire arena here. It is so painful. You get hit once, you have to start completely over. It's 20 enemies in a row that you have to kill without getting hit. You could try jumping, but if they have perfect timing, and 99% of the time they have perfect timing, they'll keep spamming that move. They literally have no different move. They'll keep spamming that move. You double jump, you think you'll be completely safe, but no. They'll always find a way to hit you. I kept spamming ground pound, which seemed like the only strat, but... See, right there, you should have died. I think this guy had hacks on. There's just no way. From this move right here that this guy did, that would have hit him right there. That was my luck. That's how it went down for me. I never want to play this challenge ever again. After I beat this, I'm like, holy shit, I'm done with this. I can't. This challenge was easy. Like, it was so laughably easy. Like, everything after this was just so easy. It was like paradise. I'm like, as long as I don't have to do the second challenge ever again, I'm fine. It's another, your health is being drained, but it's relatively easy. You just have to do it quickly. It's not that hard. It took a long time, but still, it was easy. Oh, destroying everything. This was easy. This was tight timing, but it was still easy. Oh, this challenge. I think this was the second hardest. Because it just kept sending you just had to kill everything. And this just took forever because it sent so many enemies. Like, I don't know what the hell the devs were thinking, man. Like, you don't... How do you go through with making a game so hard that you want to, like... You don't even want to play the game anymore. It's not fair. All this for a dumb digital trophy. But I managed to do it. Still not as hard as the second fucking challenge of this stupid ass game. I did it eventually. Like, this challenge is really long. Like, this is all the same challenge. I forgot what the last one was, though. No captions. I forgot. Oh, that is the last challenge. The last challenge is literally this entire thing. This is the last challenge. The last challenge was like 20 minutes. Not enjoyable, but I managed to do it. Okay, well, the original plan was for me to actually play the third game in the series, but since my headache is still going bad and it's 9 o'clock, I think I'm just gonna end the stream here. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I could get back to streaming this game tomorrow with my cool webcam. And I want to add a border to my webcam because it looks kind of boring. It's just here, boring. I need to make a border of some sort. So thank you for watching, and I need to die. Good night, everyone. Penis.